There's nothing here to, okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to be able to welcome you to this wonderful yearly event. My name is Rob Dewey, and I'm been a chaplain around these parts for about 35 years, and it's my blessing to be asked every year to do this prayer. And I'll just tell you from the bottom of my heart, it's a blessing because I see firsthand, I'm going to call it ministry, that the ministry of goodwill does. And yesterday I was down at the federal courthouse where I serve as chaplain. And there I saw on a side door a goodwill sign that says, here, sign in here once you have checked this, this, and this. And I think Goodwill has served the federal court and many other places for years. And it just made me happy to see that sign yesterday and know that I'd be here today. So thank y'all for your ministry, your job. So let's pray and bless the food, please. Lord, we just thank you for this time that you've set aside for us. It seems weird, but we only come together once a year, but we come together very well. We love each other. We love the mission that you have called the founders of Goodwill to start, and for these people that are here today to continue to be a shining light. We ask your special blessing upon the folks that are going to receive awards today, and thank you for touching them. We thank you for the food and this place that we can come. We thank you those that prepared the food so that we can go out and do the ministry you've called us to do. In your holy and blessed name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Dewey. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a beautiful day. We're here for a great cause. But before I start the program here, I just want to call everybody's attention to this mission impact. If you get a chance while you're eating, please peruse it. A lot of great information in there, a lot of stuff, great stuff Goodwill does, but more importantly, the $310 million impact. So please take your time to go through that. Again, good afternoon, distinguished guests, community partners, and friends. Welcome and thank you for joining us for the 2026 Shining Stars Awards Luncheon and Fashion Show. On behalf of our generous donors, dedicated team members, and the Palmetto Goodwill Board of Directors, it is truly my honor to welcome you. We are grateful you chose to spend your time today celebrating this incredible, meaningful, life-changing, powerful training, education, employment session. Serving as board chair director for Palmetto Goodwill has been a privilege I hold dearly. For the moment I became a part of this organization, I witnessed firsthand what happens when barriers are removed and opportunities are restored. Lives are certainly changed. Confidence is built. Futures are redefined. At the center of our mission, changing lives by providing equitable access to training, education, and employment. It is more than a statement. It is a promise and one that becomes personal with every encounter. Today, we'll hear about those stories. It's about individuals who refuse to be defined by their circumstances. It's about second chances, fresh starts, and the power of believing in potential when others don't even believe in themselves. And by every one of those stories, there's a community behind it. People like you who chose to invest in possibility. That is the true spirit of Palmetto Goodwill. Before we begin today's celebrations, I'd like to recognize a few members of leadership and commitment to and celebrate their commitment to the cause. First, I'd like to recognize, I'm not sure if I've seen him, Senator Dion Tedder. He's not here. He's back and forth between here and Columbia, but he does a lot to support Goodwill. And Representative Harriet Hallman. She's not here as well. So both of those individuals have done a lot to support Goodwill, and we thank them for that. I'd like to invite our past board members in attendance to please stand. We are grateful for the foundation you've built. Also, I'd like to thank our current members, and please have them stand. Current board members. Thank you for your leadership, your service, and your unwavering commitment to the mission. Please join me again in showing appreciation for all those members. Of course, none of this work would be possible without the support of our incredible sponsors. Let's begin with a round of applause for our Friends of Goodwill table sponsors. Thank you for your continued partnership. We're proud to recognize our Rising Star sponsors, starting with Pinnacle Financial Partners, Piedmont Companies, Low Country Food Bank, Fairfield Talent Solutions, Reminiscent, South State Bank, GSA National, Floyd Lee Locum, and our own Brian and Don Edowitz. Our Shining Stars sponsors are Goodwill Industries of Eastern North Carolina, NES Integrated. Thank you for your support. And a round of applause for our blue carpet sponsor, Huntington National Bank. And a round of applause for our guiding star sponsor, Marsh McClellan Agency and Truist Bank. And a very special thank you to our Shooting Stars presenting sponsor, Brandon Agency. Your investment in this mission is creating real, lasting change, and we are deeply grateful. Thank you again to all our sponsors, distinguished guests, past and present board members. Your support is greatly appreciated. It is now my pleasure to introduce someone who you may already know, trust, and be familiar with, and a respected voice in our community. And I spoke with her earlier. I didn't know she started this job in elementary school. But for more than 30 years, she has been a trusted presence in our homes each evening, sharing stories that inform, connect, and inspire. She is an award-winning journalist, a 3-time Southeast Regional Emmy recipient, and was named the 2021 TV News Anchor of the Year by Radio, Television, Digital News Association of the Carolinas. But beyond the accolades, what truly sets her apart is her heart, her commitment to service, her compassion for storytelling, her dedication to uplifting the voices of this community, and the same qualities of reflected in the spirit of goodwill. Today, we are honored to have her guide us through this celebration of resilience, achievement, and opportunity. So please join me in giving a warm welcome and enthusiastic welcome to our MC, Carolyn Murray.
I love when my mother writes the introduction. Hello, everyone. It is good to see you here. You didn't realize you would be clapping so much, right? All right, well, if you were here last year, I want you to stand. You're like, man, Palmetto Goodwill is putting people to work. All right, now before you sit down, I want you to whisper to someone who is not standing and tell them you're gonna have a good time. And you're going to be changed by this experience. It might be in your awareness of what's fashionable, but I think more importantly, it's going to be your recognition of the potential to change lives and also to celebrate the really good work of Palmetto Goodwill and how it's changing the lives of people in our community, changing the lives of our friends and family members, the person standing in front of us at Whole Foods or Food Lion or Walmart, really doing amazing things. And for that, hey, you're clapping already. Another round of applause for Palmetto Goodwill. And we celebrate this organization because they truly believe in their mission. It's not just the talk, they walk it every single day. Truly, they believe that every single member of our community deserves the opportunity to thrive. And that is the vision that they put forward every single day. And it reaches across 18 counties in South Carolina. I'm truly honored to be in this capacity. So I will tell you, a few years ago, I was on the runway. I used to be a model, right, Brian? Right, I'd walk the runway. I'm not sure what happened at the end of the runway, but something happened, and it wasn't good. Because they said, Carolyn, just stand in front of the microphone and talk. There will be no more runway walking for you. So I don't know, I'm not offended. They didn't ask me not to come back, just to change my role. And for that, I am still very grateful. So today we are talking about celebrating transformation, the stories of resilience and determination, and the stories of success and the powerful impact of Palmetto Goodwill, because certainly they continue to improve our community every single day. Now, before we get started, a couple of housekeeping notes that I've been asked to share with you. I ask a lot of questions, I know. I see some of you smiling at me. They're like, that Carolyn Murray, but I need you to do something else for me. Lean close to the person next to you and ask them, silence your phone. If I were in church, we would say so as not to interrupt the solemnity of the Mass. But I would say today, so you don't mess up the people walking down the runway. Did you silence your phone? All right, very good. All right, so we don't want any interruptions because we have something truly special planned for you. Our blue carpet moment, the Shining Stars fashion show. You're gonna have a really good time with this one. Before we get to all of that, though, we want to look at the heart of this organization. Every single donation made, every purchase that's discovered, and every single program helps create something greater than a transaction. It creates opportunity. Across 18 counties in South Carolina, Palmetto Goodwill is changing the lives by providing equitable access to training, to education, and also to employment. Behind every success story is a person who's been given the chance to grow and to overcome barriers and to build a brighter future for themselves and for the generations to come. And behind every one of those opportunities is a community, people like you who took time out of your busy schedule, who believe in the power of possibility. So we want you to sit back. If you want to slip the back of your shoe off, make yourself even more comfortable, that's fine with us. But we want you to pay very close attention to the mission, the impact, and the incredible people who make this organization, Palmetto Goodwill, shine every single day. Thank you.
Doesn't matter how old you are, you never give up on your dreams. Resilience, growth, community, and hope.
Helping people out, impacting lives, giving people opportunities.
There's such dignity in our organization. Dignity and respect. I think that's what makes us go above and beyond.
Palmetto Goodwill has brought back the life in me that I lost.
Here at Palmetto Goodwill, we want to be your partner in that comeback story.
Never in my life have I been in a working environment where I can say that this job feeds my soul.
Palmetto Goodwill changed my life tremendously.
All right, everyone, get ready. It is time to turn the spotlight on style, sustainability, and second chances. Today's runway is more than actually a place where you will see fashion. This is a place where there will be a celebration of creativity and possibility. Each look you're about to see has been thoughtfully curated by some of our region's most talented stylists using pieces sourced directly from local Goodwill stores. Isn't that great? So what that actually means is pretty simple. Every outfit tells a story. It's a story of transformation. It's a story of opportunity, a story of what can happen when we come together as a community. Because at Palmetto Goodwill, it's not just about what to wear. It's about what's possible. It's about changing lives by providing equitable access to training, education, and employment. So as these incredible looks take the runway, remember, with a little vision, a lot of creativity, and the power of community, absolutely anything is possible. Who's ready to start the show? All right. Talk about a party starter, if ever there was one. Here he is, folks. My man, a true Low Country legend. Channel 2's The Low Country's chief meteorologist. Put your hands together. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, like we practiced it. Rob Fowler. Serving effortless 90s cool, this look is inspired by the iconic JFK Jr. style. A look that's clean and classic and just the right amount of laid back. You laid back, Robbie? Laid back. Crisp button down, perfectly worn in jeans, and yes, the backwards hat that seals the deal. And if you know Rob, his favorite word is Papa, as he is the proud grandfather of 5. Just like JFK Jr., Rob knows what it's like to be stopped by fans, and he is forecasting the weather or browsing the racks of the local Goodwill. Rob is styled by Megan Friedman Darby, and this look proves that timeless style is always in the forecast. And honestly, the only thing missing may be a little security detail for the paparazzi, but really, for a man who's always talking about weather, I would say Rob is hot. Well done, Rob. There you go. Our next model, effortless elegance with a modern edge. Friends, put your hands together for Diva Mills. Diva. Diva was bragging to Rob and me about being a Palmetto Goodwill team member. She brings a look that's inspired by the era before quiet luxury had a name, with impeccable tailoring and high quality fabrics. Did all the talking. Diva, we told you they would love you up on that stage, and they do. Diva is styled by Megan Friedman Darby and sourced entirely from Goodwill donations on James Island and North Charleston. This ensemble channels that iconic 90s Calvin Klein and Carolyn Bessette aesthetic. Clean lines, understated confidence, and timeless appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up again for Diva Mills. I don't know if you noticed, classic Burberry trench coat on too, and then those shoes. Wow, amazing. And that YSL bag. Diva, thank you. Model number 3, the lady in, dare I say, crimson. Red. Here's my girl, Octavia Mitchell. My goodness, that's right. Octavia is the only person awake at 2 o'clock in the morning to be at work by 3. She is styled by LaRushela Murphy of Amir Designs. Get ready to turn up this heat in this red classic. Our morning anchor, Octavia, is on the runway in a bold, head-turning crimson ensemble that commands the attention from the very first step. She is layered for impact and then refined to let this color shine. This look is finished with shimmering heels that bring just the right touch of glamour. Sachet, Tave. There you go. This look is inspired and designed by LaRushela Murphy of Amira Designs. Confidence that brings Palmetto Goodwill, helps build strength every single day through the workforce training as well as employment services. Well done, Tave. Thank you. Model number 4. You got to look up for this one. He is Elijah Brown. How's the weather up there, sir? Elijah is a reporter at Live 5 News. Yes. He is showing how versatility meets sophistication, starting with a clean, simple base and adding dimension with each piece. Lots of layers here. A soft vest brings texture, blazer adding a bit of structure, and suddenly effortless is elevated, right? This look, styled by LaRushela Murphy, is a masterclass in layering, proving that with the right pieces, one outfit can take you absolutely anywhere. Relax, refine, and completely put together. Palmetto Goodwill builds pathways step by step, helping people move from opportunity to achievement. Elijah, you did that on the runway. Well done. Our next model from across the pond, also known as the Cooper River, News 2's own Delilah James. And Delilah is wearing a look that tells a story through contrast and creativity. Hello, Dee. Delilah is a reporter at News 2 and strikes a blend of structure and fluidity in which every detail is intentional. Lots of rich textures playing against one another, creating depth and quiet drama. You like a little bit of drama, Dee? Yes. A tie is reimagined, no longer just functional but expressive, while the scarf transforms into something entirely new, highlighting the art of reinvention. And that spirit of reinvention is at the heart of Palmetto Goodwill, helping people reimagine their futures every day. Delilah James. Thank you, Dee. Our next model, Justin Kolar from Live 5 News. Justin, back again this year. Justin's outfit is styled by Alexandra Munzel and inspired by his naturally polished, meticulous style. This look leans into a modern metropolitan aesthetic. Clean lines, tailored fits. Not sure what happened back there. Everybody okay? All right, well done. All right, Justin. You got to watch him. Subtle boldness coming together, creating something both refined and confident. It's thoughtful, it's intentional, and it reflects someone who understands the smallest details can have the biggest impact. A perfect finish to a lineup that proves style is all about how you show up, and in Justin's case, show out. Well done. There you go. Our next model is Destiny Kennedy, and her destiny is the runway today. Get ready for bold transformation where menswear becomes fashion magic. Gotta tell you about this one. Yep, not your imagination. Destiny Kennedy, who is the host and executive producer for Soda City Living, is wearing an outfit inspired by classic tailoring, but redesigned with a feminine edge. This is put together by the amazing Andrea Serrano. What you are seeing, 18 men's ties made into an amazing skirt. Who knew, right? Absolutely. Adding a nice touch, a playful bolero jacket. What an amazing way to add a bit of style with something that's already in your closet. The perfect example of upscaling, upstyling, and creativity. Just the right touch, and also promotes the mission of Palmetto Goodwill. Transformation is proof with vision, creativity, and opportunity. Something extraordinary comes to life. Thank you, Destiny. Friends, put your hand together for our next model, Adam McQuarrie. Adam, come on up to the stage. Adam, yes. Come on up, Adam. All right, let's hear it for Adam, folks. Woo! All right, Adam. Adam's been waiting for this day. He will, yes, look at that. All right, Adam. These folks want to go home now. He's staying up there for a while. You see this, right? Adam, 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 Adam. Yeah. What a look, a real game changer. Vintage sports cap, perfect Goodwill finds, relaxed polish, completely authentic. Adam is sporting his chinos. This look completely comes together. Every donation, every purchase, helping Palmetto Goodwill change lives through training, education, and employment opportunities across our community. Ladies, did Adam rock the runway or what? All right, Easy E, Erin Kenzel, you got a lot to live up to, girl. You're following Adam. So, friends, put your hands together for this lovely lady. My favorite MC, philanthropist, and champion for countless nonprofits, Erin Kenzel, Low Country Live host. There you go. She's competing with Adam, so she's got to, just go all out. And we don't blame you. Our good friend Shaniqua styled this look entirely from Palmetto Goodwill Finds. This ensemble is where creativity and craftsmanship collide in the best way. Timeless blazer bringing confidence with polish, a once overlooked pair of jeans now come to life. This sparkle transforms into bold shoulder details. Take a look at that. The shine worked into the pockets, and even the simple pair of jeans become a fashion statement worthy of the spotlight and time on the runway. That's exactly why Palmetto Goodwill does every single day, transforming potential into opportunity. Thank you, Erin. Wow, amazing. Friends, look at our runway models. Let's give these models another round of applause as they once again make their way down the stage. Take a look at these outfits brought together entirely by things found at local Palmetto Goodwill stores. Absolutely amazing. Well done, friends. Woo! Who wants to be a model next year? That's what I thought. All right, friends, what fun we've had so far, but there is a lot more that you need to know and learn about this organization and why it's worth your treasures and your time. It's my pleasure to welcome to the stage the president and CEO of Palmetto Goodwill, Brian Itzkowitz.
All right. Can we get one more round of applause for those amazing models? So every year we do this fashion show, I say, wow, this one's going to be hard to beat. And for someone who hates to be wrong, every year, wrong. So great job, everybody. This was amazing. I love that tie skirt. Dawn, that's coming your way. So what I love about the tradition is what it represents. No judgment, but they're not professional models. But they're people in the community who stood up and said yes. So to Carolyn's point, anybody who wants to do it, let us know. But it takes courage and bravery to get up here and do that. I've been asked for a number of years to do it, and my answer is always no. But the courage and bravery really sets the stage for what this afternoon is about. Because every outfit that we saw started as a donation. It's the things that people used to love, and then local designers and stylists saw something worth celebrating in them and proved that things, just like people, can sparkle and shine. Goodwill's founder, Reverend Edgar Helms, asked a question in 1940. Why should it be assumed that automobiles and electric sweepers can be reconditioned, but men cannot? His answer, Goodwill. That's still the answer. We find value in what others have overlooked, in clothing, in housewares, and most importantly, people. Our vision is for every single member to have that opportunity to thrive. And this afternoon is proof that it's possible. So before I get into the heart of this message, I want to acknowledge a few people. Carol Murray, you bring warmth, grace, and genuine heart to this, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I also want to thank our board of directors. Daryl did a great job of getting everybody to stand up, but this work happens because we have an amazing board of directors that supports us and gives us the tools we need and really encourages this team to go. So thank you for that. So 28 years ago, I joined Goodwill. 28 years ago, I married Dawn. She did not know the journey. 4 moves, long hours, leaving the family behind, off to Southwest Florida. Southwest Florida, not a bad choice, right? From Maryland. But then she agreed to move to Arkansas. So factor that, the occasional crazy board, not you guys, y'all are amazing. You guys set the bar for what that board should be. And Dawn, you're my better half. And to our Palmetto Goodwill team members here today, you represent the 1,400 team members who are not here. But that is the engine that makes this happen, makes this mission real every single day. And thank you for what you do. So let me give you a quick update about what they've been doing. In 2025, 16,000 people got services through Goodwill. 4,215 people connected to work just in these 18 counties. That sounds like an impressive number, and it is. There's 150 Goodwill organizations throughout North America. This Goodwill ranks number 6 in placements. We serve 200 reentry participants across our 18 counties with less than a 4% recidivism rate. We awarded more than $350,000 in community investment grants to help smaller nonprofits scale. And we expanded our micro enterprise accelerator program into the PD. And last year we awarded $120,000 to entrepreneurs launch or scale their businesses. Because the opportunity to build something of your own should not be determined by your zip code. Every member of those cohorts was either a woman or a minority-owned business. We are proud to remain one of the largest employers of people with disabilities in the state. Our I Can Reentry program, which helps justice-involved individuals prepare for and enter employment, reaches all the counties that we serve. And we're committed to meeting the needs of employers. One of our most urgent priorities is training 1,000 allied health professionals to fill those healthcare needs that we hear so much about. The need is real, and our commitment is real. These are not just numbers. Every data point is a person, a family, and a future. I believe this, that mission without margin doesn't scale, and margin without mission doesn't matter. Our 1,400 team members show up every single day and pour themselves into this work. They are the engine of everything we do, and I'm deeply proud of this amazing team. Daryl mentioned our economic impact. Earlier this year, the Darla School of Business at the University of South Carolina released an independent economic study, and I'd like to share what that said. $310 million of annual economic impact across our 18 county region. And then when you think about the work that Goodwill does, people generally think about the stores. But those stores fuel that mission. 91 cents of every dollar that we earn goes back into programs and services. Not charity, it's opportunity defined and realized. And every person we place into a job becomes a consumer, a taxpayer, a contributor. Fewer people depending on public assistance, more families with a reason to believe that this community works for them. They're spending money at local businesses, building credit, renting cars, renting apartments, buying cars. Workforce development is not a social program. It's an economic strategy, and the data now proves it. That is mission possible. So I'd like to talk about the award recipients, and in a moment, Carolyn will introduce you to those folks, and we'll see their stories told on screen. But I want to take a minute and tell you a little bit about each one, because they are living proof of everything I just described. Last month, I attended our ICANN reentry graduation, and I met David. David spent more than 40 years of his life locked away. 40 years. He missed the rise, and when you think about 40 years, he missed the rise and fall of CDs. Think about that. He's never used GPS to find his way somewhere. In a world where none of us can navigate this traffic without Waze. David's learning to find his way. His biggest daily struggles, internet and his phone. He is a man who literally is covered from his head on down in tattoos. He works in our warehouse, and everyone that I talk to says the same thing about him. They love this guy. When it was his turn to get up and talk, David stood up with a room full of people, looked out at the room, and I don't know if Delilah is still here. She was there to hear it, and some of y'all were too. He said these words, "Palmetto Goodwill saved my life." If that doesn't hit you here, have your neighbor check your pulse. Okay, the people you're about to meet know exactly what that means. Over on that far table, Miss Siobhan. Siobhan never gave up on her dreams while caring for her grandmother and raising her own children. She proved that life's responsibilities don't have to be the ceiling on what's possible. Today, she's a certified nursing assistant, and she's just getting started. Our Goodwill Works recipient, Tosh Cowell, next table over. Tosh has navigated his disabilities his entire life, disabilities that most of us cannot imagine. The world assumed there were places he could simply not go. He now has his driver's license, has a car, and the freedom to go wherever he wants. Angie Banks. The world told Angie that her past would define her future. Do I have this right? 19 months, 6 promotions later, she's in a leadership role and she's mentoring others who were told that same thing. We've got a new award this year for legislative champions. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about how that sits with how the intersection of the legislators and what we're doing matters. You've heard us talk about Palmetto Excel. And I see Dr. Easley sitting in the front there. Palmetto Excel is our adult charter high school. It serves adult learners 21 and over whose path to a diploma was interrupted. Many students went years or decades carrying that weight, not because they lacked the ability or drive, but because life got in the way. Palmetto Excel gives them that path back. So here's who we're talking about when we talk about the folks at Palmetto Excel. 86% of our students live in poverty. 87% are minorities. The majority of those folks are single parents. These are the people that systems leave behind. Palmetto Excel is not a large school. In fact, we only have 150 seats. But on June 23rd, 34 of those remarkable individuals will walk across the graduation stage for the first time. That is mission possible. And the legislators we're about to recognize played a meaningful role in building that path. Their advocacy created conditions for Palmetto Excel to exist, and they're working hard alongside of our team to ensure that those doors stay open for those adults in the community who need it the most. That is the kind of leadership that does not make headlines, but changes lives. So this year, for the first time, we're recognizing legislative leaders who make this mission possible. And we have three. Representative Harriet Holman, Senator Dion Tedder, and Representative Courtney Waters, none of which are here today. Because they're in Columbia because there's a really important vote going on this afternoon, and their time is better spent there than here. So we'll get them the awards later, but when they told us what they were doing this afternoon, all good. But this room needs to know who they're fighting for. They help build a bridge that keeps Palmetto Excels open for those adults. That's the kind of leadership that doesn't make headlines, but truly changes lives. So we'll present them with those Legislative Champion Awards at our Palmetto Excel graduation in June. But today, even though they're not here, please give a large, warm round of applause and say thank you. So Siobhan, Tosh, Angie, three completely different journeys, three completely different definitions of what possibilities look like. One thing in common. Someone gave them a real opportunity, and they made the absolute most of it. That is the mission. That is the work that matters. And that's why 1,400 Palmetto Goodwill team members show up. To the investors in this room, the ones who partner with us, y'all who donate and shop, the ones who show up year after year for this community. Reverend Helms asked us to be dissatisfied until every member of the community has an opportunity to develop to their fullest usefulness and enjoy a maximum of abundant living. We are not satisfied yet. But rooms like this one and people like you are how we get there. So before I close, one more thing. If you take nothing else from today, take this. Share what you heard. Share David's story. Share Siobhan's, Tasha's, Angie's, because too many people in the community still say these four words. I had no idea. We want fewer and fewer people saying that, and you can help that happen. Mission possible, not as a theme, as a fact. So now let's celebrate it. Please welcome back Ms. Carolyn Murray to get on with the fun part of celebrating. Thank y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Brian and his leadership and his compassion, and for his family who is always at his side. Thank you so much, Brian, for all that you do. And certainly we recognize the work of our lawmakers who are not present. Senator Tedder, Harriet Holman, as well as Courtney Waters. And we certainly look forward to them being recognized at another time. Now we arrive at the heart of today's celebration, and this is our Shining Stars Awards presentation. As we begin, we ask that each award recipient remain on stage briefly after receiving this honor and for a commemorative photo as well, each year in alignment with the mission, changing lives by providing equitable opportunities for training, engagement, and employment. We certainly want you to spend time on this stage with your family. It is our pleasure to begin a recognition of these three extraordinary people. Now, Brian touched on it a little bit, and certainly you recognize that each of their stories is unique. They share, though, a through line. There are powerful stories of resilience, their journeys, not simply about employment, but the journeys of each of these people truly about transformation, about perseverance in the face of adversity, about rediscovering purpose. And I'm sure that each of them will probably share that behind them, family and friends who believed in them. These are stories of people who did not just find jobs. They found direction, and they found confidence and a renewed vision for what their lives could be. And in doing so, they've inspired everyone around them, their friends, their colleagues, community, their family. Our first graduate, or rather our first honoree, is for the Graduate of the Year Award. And this award recognizes a person who's overcome significant challenges to successfully complete a Palmetto Goodwill training program and who has secured and sustained meaningful employment. Today, we celebrate a store of determination, growth, and perseverance. This is her story. This is Siobhan Green's story. Please take a look at the video.
I want my children to know it doesn't matter how old you are, you never give up on your dreams. You only have one chance at life. My grandmama, she became ill in 2019, I think, and my family needed help. So I helped my mother and her siblings take care of my grandmother. It changed my way of wanting to be more connected with the elderly and caring for them more.
I first met Siobhan virtually because she's a Snap to Work participant. Connected with her because what we share is being a single mom. And I know the struggle out there just to even get a well-paid job.
Palmetto Goodwill mean a lot to me. They have helped me pursue my career more. And it also taught me to don't give up. Education is not a limit to anyone.
What she had to deal with in her family and taking care of family members such as her mom, her grandmother, and her child. She was determined to become a certified nursing assistant.
During class, I had a bad day and my mind wasn't even on class. And I felt like I just wanted to give up. I have two boys and they were always in my corner, and my family, my mother and my father. And my mom said, well, why did you go this far if you want to quit? That's not you. We don't quit.
She's a go-getter. She never gave up. She was kind of discouraged with classes, but she stayed determined and took the initiative to complete the tasks that were given.
Palmetto Goodwill changed my life tremendously. If it hasn't been for Goodwill, I wouldn't be a CNA. A great achievement for me, great achievement. I always gave my grandma the push she needed, the help she needed. I recently just lost her, and I know she's smiling down on me now for reaching my goal. And I think she will be proud of me today. My support team is my mother, my father, my sister, my children, and Palmetto Goodwill, Miss Jessie. They have been so supportive through this whole thing. It doesn't matter how old you are, just keep striving for your goal. Don't give up. Walk in the direction that God wants you to walk in, and you will succeed.
I'm going to let them finish drying their tears. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to welcome Siobhan Green to the stage. Siobhan is Goodwill's Graduate of the Year. Do you want to say something? Okay.
I'm a little nervous, but I just thank everyone for being here. I thank my family for being here also. It has been a trying time, but I put God first through it all. And I just want to say to everyone, thank you for this opportunity.
Congratulations again, Siobhan. Thank you. Next, we present the Goodwill Works Award. This award honors a person who has not only completed a Palmetto Goodwill training program, but has also demonstrated exceptional commitment, resilience, and success as a Palmetto Goodwill team member, overcoming barriers and rising above personal challenges. This is a story of strength, support, and unwavering determination. This is Tosh Cowell's story.
When you have a child who has disabilities, you always wonder what their life looks like. He was diagnosed with Asperger's. You know, it's very challenging for a young man like him and try to stay in the workforce. And this has brought him a lot of stability. Palmetto Goodwill has brought Tosh a fulfilling life. My name is Maria Brown, and this is my son, Tashawn.
My name is Tosh Cowell. I worked at Goodwill for about 6 years.
One thing about Tosh is he's tenacious. He's going to finish it. He's going to do what he said he's going to do. Even if he's got to overcome large humps in the world, he's going to do it. At Palmetto Goodwill, Tosh is in the Ability One program. And what the Ability One program gives us tools to do is to help him succeed in his job.
When they found him that job and being able to work on the base, when he started, I think he was probably 18, about 17, 18 when he started. And he's 26 now. And he's thriving. And I don't think he would be able to thrive without the programs that they do offer for him there. They gave my son a chance where I didn't think he was going to help.
My job at Palmetto Goodwill, it helped make me independent and helped me grow, both as a person and as a person in the workforce.
He has his own car, and he is a role model to other people that I have that work for me that are now studying to get their driving permits so they can get in the program also.
Well, I tried to teach Tosh how to drive. That was a disaster. And when they said, hey, we have a program, Tosh can learn how to drive, I'm like, sign me up. Goodwill was able to send him to driving school. He got his license, and then he got a car, and now he drives himself to work, which is awesome. I mean, he takes the same route every day, but that's what he needs, his familiarity.
Well, simply put, I get to go where I want. I knew that I had to learn, says I wanted to take a bit of the stress off my mother since she was busy working and stuff.
Palmetto Goodwill means resilience, growth, community, and hope. For Tosh, it means pride. It means I'm doing a job just like you. I'm making a salary just like you. I'm getting in a car and I'm driving just like you. And he smiles.
I think we all smile at that. Please join me in congratulating our Goodwill Works Award winner recipient, Tosh Cow. Let's see that driver's license copy.
Well, I don't really have much to say, and I'm sure everyone here wants to like go home, go to bed or something. So I'm just gonna make it simple. I want to thank Palmetto Goodwill for giving me this chance.
I told you were going to have a good time today, right? Our final honoree is for the Achiever of the Year Award. This award recognizes a person who has successfully completed a Palmetto Goodwill training program and has emerged as an outstanding team member, respected, admired, and valued by peers and leadership. This story is a story of growth, excellence, and inspiration. This is Angie Banks' story.
Three years ago, I was in a very deep spot. From the felony charge up until where I was going, what we were going to do financially, it was very hard. I had lost so much of myself. I didn't think I would be here today. I didn't want to be here today. There was so much going on with me, with everything that I had been through. Started working for a hotel who allowed the background check to go through. And then after working there for, well, about a month, I got no pay. Hi, I'm Angie Banks. I was the first ever Palmetto Goodwill ICANN graduate in the Grand Strand. You know, in your life, you always know that you have it in you to be somebody, but you just need somebody to get you there or to allow you to make it. Palmetto Goodwill has given me every bit of my life back. There's a program that's actually going to help people that are really good workers, and we want to work and we want to prove ourselves, but nobody is willing to give us a chance to do that. And for this program to actually do that was unbelievable.
We got a referral from Angie Banks, and then I immediately reached out to her and we started the application process, which she took care of in about 10 minutes. She was very motivated, and then we scheduled an interview with our ICANN success team. She nailed the interview, and she was our first person to start.
Chad was my biggest fan, my biggest supporter of all. When I look back to 3 years ago, I can't believe that I've come this far, and Palmetto Goodwill has done that for me. Because I remember being the first person to be in the program, be in the class by myself, and to make it. And so to sit here and be a success story for everybody else to look at is great. I love my job. I love the people that I work with. So I see myself being here for a while.
The only limitations she has are the ones she puts on herself. Throughout every promotion she's received, just to see her confidence from 3 years ago to today, it's inspiring.
I want people to see my story and understand I made it from this program. And you can be whatever you want to be. You just have to be willing to work for it.
Since Angie created that initial spark, we're now in 29 retail stores throughout our organization. Her success really emphasizes our program success. Anywhere where we would get potential team members from, I tell Angie's story. I say, we have someone who started off as a retail team member too, and has essentially doubled her salary and is now an assistant manager.
They're great mentors to push people and to help people. They stand by their I Care values.
It really demonstrates that if someone comes in and works hard, they can really climb up the ladder and be impactful.
I couldn't be more happy and more proud of myself.
It's helping people out, impacting lives, giving people opportunities and support. Far too often in our society, people love to hear a comeback story. Fewer people want to be part of that comeback story. And here at Palmetto Goodwill, we want to be your partner in that comeback story.
Because of Palmetto Goodwill, I'm sitting here today. I'm not homeless. This program, this company has gave me my life.
It is our honor to present the 2026 Achiever of the Year Award to Angie Banks.
I'm really nervous, sorry. I just have one thing to say. It's a quote someone told me a while back, and it's kind of stuck with me. Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limit. And I think I've done pretty well at doing that. And I want to thank Palmetto Goodwill for the opportunity and the I Can program. Thank you.
Well, Tosh has already said a few things that's motivating us to move forward. Friends, you have truly witnessed 3 remarkable journeys, each one a powerful reflection of what's possible when opportunity meets determination. But we can't dismiss the importance of the support of this community, Palmetto Goodwill, and each person seated in this room. For more than 45 years, Palmetto Goodwill has remained committed to breaking down barriers and opening doors and ensuring that every person has access to the resources they need to thrive. And the impact extends far beyond today's stage. It lives in stronger families, empowered people, and a more inclusive, resilient community. So before you leave today, we invite you to continue the experience in the lobby. Explore the immersive disability simulation, support the talented artists, visit the curated pop-up shop, and capture the moment at a photo booth. We extend our sincere thanks to our host, Trident Technical College, which continues to do amazing work in our community in supporting every single person and their particular aspirations. To our generous sponsors, we certainly appreciate all that you've done to make this such a special occasion. And to each and every person who's seated here today, thank you for taking time away from your work and your family and whatever else you had planned to do today. We appreciate you coming together as a community. Thank you for your continued support of Palmetto Goodwill. We look forward to seeing you again next year. I will be back, provided I didn't mess up too much as MC. We'll see. There's still time. All right. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.